Hi there, my name is Dillon and he's the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I have 3 things to review. This is just and Star Trek Discovery, freaking awful. I just like an abomination, just an abomination. And then came along Daleks. Daleks has said, hold my beer. We're going to show you how something can be awful, cheap, and tatty all at the same time. Well done. So we're going to be doing a review of Daleks. The third thing, by the way, was the Mandalorian. Left me kind of cold. The one with Ahsoka Tano in it. Rosanna Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. I didn't do it for me. Which I'm kind of amazed about. Anyway, so this is this the worst thing I reviewed? At least it was quick. At least it wasn't 45 minutes, like 50 minutes like Discovery. At least it was quick, but much more painful. Much more painful. The BBC's Daleks TV show. We're going to do a review of it. 4 out of 10. I've watched it, so you don't have to. I got some screen grabs because they won't let me show clips because they copyright claim me left, right, and center when you point out how freakishly awful it is. How absolutely freakishly awful it is. Before we get to the review, can I ask you, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Certainly hit the subscribe button. YouTube is, they're doing algorithmic changes, which basically means they're screwing me over. That's it. Their algorithmic changes mean we're changing algorithms to say, we hate you, Rabbi. Of course, now I'm very grateful for the platform that YouTube gave me. That's given me, I don't want to complain, but they've been whipping subscribers off me left, right, and center. If you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. Thank you very much. And if you hit the like and share, that'd be great. Something else that'll be absolutely great, which I'm going to be bugging you about until you all just agree, right? Just agree and do it. I'm going to keep bugging you about it. Is this my Indiegogo sign-up list, email sign-up list. If you can join your email address to the sign-up list, it will be fantastic. I'm launching this campaign in 2 or 3 weeks. It's 2 graphic novels where they're over here. They're freaking good. I have to tell you, unlike the crap I'm about to review, they're actually freaking good. And by signing up, other than making me insanely grateful and happy, which, I think is quite a good thing in of itself, you also get one of these For the Male Gaze art cards. With any purchase, absolutely for free. Now, if you buy a package where you get both graphic novels and all 4 art cards, then we're going to give you a fifth chaser one, which I don't think you can get other than by signing up. So if you can do that, that would be fan-dabby-double-dozy. Thank you very, very, very much. Honestly, thank you very much. Fine, let's talk about Daleks. Daleks is somehow part of the Time Lord Victorious implosion. The Time Lord Victorious failure. I think it's the only way we can really describe it. The Time Lord Victorious is essentially 2 books, one by Steve Cole, one by, I can't remember, a female author. She's actually pretty good. She started in the 8th Doctor BBC range. What's her name again? Really good, but she's really good. I feel bad, I can't remember her name, but she's actually very good. The premise is David Tennant decides to be Time Lord Victorious and goes back in time to stop this race called the Cthulhu, who are pretty darn interesting. I like the Cthulhu, who assign lifespans to anything. The best part of Time Lord Victorious so far has been a master Big Finish orgia. It's one of the short trips. John Carter stars as the anti-alien master, who has somehow been trapped for years and years on this planet in the prehistory, which is sounds like a really interesting story, and I'd love to know more about it. And he meets one of these Cthulhu, so that was fascinating. That's the best bit of Time Lord Victorious. Everything else has not been very good. So anyway, David Tennant's Doctor goes back in time to prevent these race called the Cthulhu existing, so death doesn't come into the universe. He's met by 2 other Doctors. He's met by the 9th Doctor with a vampire fleet, so he met the vampires in Doctor Who magazine. One of the problems with Time Lord Victorious is all the modules of it are way too disconnected. They should have gone much more for the early MCU. We got Nick Fury turning up at the end of whatever it was, Iron Man or something. Have you heard about the Avengers Initiative? Like this little post-credit scene that shows you they're in a bigger universe. But they're too compartmentalized. So you got that, and it didn't link up completely. Okay, fine. And you got Paul McGann's Doctor turns up with the Daleks. So the way with the Dalek fleet, all to stop David Tennant's Doctor, Time Lord Victorious. So the way they ended up with the Daleks, we don't really know. Okay, but the Daleks face this terrible foe. So they, in the title comments, they rope in David Tennant's Doctor, not the Time Lord Victorious David Tennant's Doctor, to help them get into that archive of stuff to beat it. And these monsters are like these big clay men monsters. They're not very good. They're really, really bad. And then Jodie Whittaker turns up to help them out. And he leaves and they go, it didn't work, we will find another doctor. And that's why they go into the, they meet Paul McGann's Doctor in the Big Finish audios, which haven't been that, or one's been a bit pants, the rest haven't been that awful. So the reason the Daleks needed the David Tennant's Doctor, honestly, at this point, who the hell cares? Is being given away in this free thing called Daleks! And now, if you think that that title was a little bit lazy, you might be right, and you might hit your finger on what is wrong with this thing. It is just so freaking lazy. Everything is that'll do. That'll do. Who cares? It's cheap. It's nasty. It's not done very well. The only thing to recommend it at all is Big Finish's performance. Big Finish. Nick Briggs's basically Dick Finish. Nick Briggs's performance as all the Daleks. That's good because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing with the Daleks, and so you have these recurring Dalek characters that you've seen in the comic books. The Dalek strategist, who for some reason, has been not liked by the Emperor Dalek and is made to live in this like very old shell that's all beat up. And then you got the Emperor Dalek, and you got the Executioner Dalek. So the story thus far, okay, which isn't going to tie in to Time Lord Victorious at all, and you don't really need it, is really bad. It's really, really bad. The Daleks turn up at this planet, Iosis or something, and they want this archive of knowledge, and so you have these really cheap robots defending it, which don't have legs, and they do that on purpose because they don't want to animate people with legs. You still see in the background like some people with legs like manning space cannons and stuff, but oh god, the animation's so bad and so cheap. It is definitely the level of like the 2000, we're in the 2000s. Yeah, it reminds me, I say this on every one of these reviews, of the animation level of Destiny of the Doctors. It is just utterly awful. I'm going to show you a couple of screenshots to show you how bad it is soon when we get up there. So anyway, so the Daleks want this thing, this archive, and it opens a portal to another dimension, and then the people, the robots controlling the archive said, we made a deal that they will get you, right? And so the problem, one of the problems with that is the lazy casting. You had in that first episode, you had Aisha. She played Ruth in the Bernie Summerfield range. She's a fine actress, right? Fine actress. Totally miscast for the role. Didn't give you a feeling of an otherworldly. She sounds like a bit housing estate. Didn't really work. So next episode they go to this. Well, first they get chased by this giant green cloud that destroys everything. Destroys all the Daleks. So I didn't really realize that at first until this episode, because this is the Daleks. This was a credible foe to the Time Lords. They were wiped out in under 3 minutes by a green cloud. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Skara's wiped out. The Daleks are on the run. They go to find this archive of other Daleks. This Dalek army they have, which is controlled by this terribly designed robot, voiced terribly by a guy called Joe Sugg, who apparently is third or fourth tier reality star. Nobody gives a damn about. Horribly miscast, doesn't work at all. And so the Daleks, the two Dalek factions fight each other, and so by the end of this episode, again, I didn't really realize it, the entire Dalek race is down to one ship, right? They're down to just one ship now. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. It just does not work at all. So that they would be so decimated so quickly just belies a real lack of understanding of the Daleks, which is kind of bad for a show called Daleks. So this episode, they go to help. They need help, so they go to the Mechanoids, right? Nice bit of member berryage. The animation, of course, is terrible for the Mechanoids, as it is for frickin' everything. But firstly, the first thing is the Mechanoids are female, which okay. But they get was it Angeli? What's her name? The girl from Sarah Jane Adventures. Now in Sarah Jane Adventures, she was cast really well as a as a London-based schoolgirl, like 17, 18-year-old, really well because that's who she was, and and her performance was fine. Especially, by the way, in the farewell Sarah Jane thing they did. When was that? It was online. Absolutely beautiful performance. So again, this is not a diss on her as an actress at all. I think she's great. I think she's horribly miscast and horribly directed for this. It doesn't work. It doesn't feel like an alien. It feels like you went. It'll do. That'll do. And so what we'll do? So I'm gonna say that yeah, I think they look much more at her skin color, her ethnicity, and her gender, rather than how much she was, how well she fit the role. Why do I say that? Because they did that 2 weeks ago with Ayesha, whatever her name is, and they did that, and then Joe Sugg was clearly like, "Oh, we can get a celebrity!" Yeah, no. Cast people who are right for the roles, but these roles are paper thin and terribly, terribly realised. So anyway, the Daleks, then we just get a turgid 10 minutes of the Daleks going, "We are at the best, but we need your help," sort of. And the Mechanoids go, "Do you not think we're beautiful? Beautiful?" So the Mechanoids are really into beauty. And honestly, I have to say, I think the Daleks have a conception of beauty. That's actually a major plot point in the episode, that the Daleks can't conceive of beauty. I think they find cruelty beautiful, right? I think it's something. It's a race, a race that you got to have art, and you got to have beauty, and you got to have all these things. They're just Dalek-y, right? And so, but no, that's too complicated. It's just too complicated and layered and nuanced for this utter garbage show. So the Daleks, the Dalek Emperor talks to the Mechanoid Empress, while the strategist Dalek goes and talks to a red Mechanoid, because the Mechanoid is a scientist. And the Daleks get a bit shirty with the Mechanoids, and they start fighting each other. So let me just show you. Let me just show you this animation about what it looks like when they fight each other, right? This is the Mechanoids firing at the Daleks. Look at this. I mean, honestly, who is in charge at this? Like, who is in charge at the BBC that went, yeah, that'll do. Because whoever it was is wrong. This will not do. This is a freaking embarrassment. You should be embarrassed. Let me look at this. We're at 2020, for God's sake. This is utter go. I'm going to show you that again. Look at this. Just look at this. The words fail me. Now, before they attack the Daleks, they do something else really, really dumb. They have all the Mechanoids lined up in unison, and then they all do this weird whizzy around thing, but they do it all in unison, so it doesn't look real at all. It looks cheap and it looks nasty, like the entirety of this turgid production. So fine. So we get the Mechanoids. The Mechanoids are like, "Well, you guys, we're not going to help you. You guys are stupid." Or I don't know. And then the Daleks says, "But we brought the Green Cloud with us," and apparently the Green Cloud's going to come and wipe them out too. Okay, so how many episodes does this Dredd have? Really? How many episodes does it have? It's freaking awful. It's I said this word before. It's an embarrassment that anybody was okay with this. Should be just so insanely ashamed of themselves. This on its strength alone would make me cancel any orders I had for Time Lord Victorious. If I had any. I am never falling for this bullcrap again. Okay, I am not falling from anything from this multi-tiered layered production. No, forget it. You had your chance. I invested in it. I listened to it, and it wasn't good enough. That's the bottom line. It's not good enough. No part of Time Lord Victorious has been good enough, and this is the worst part of Time Lord Victorious. It's an absolute embarrassment. Please, I hope no non-Doctor Who fans ever sees this, because they say, they go, "What? That's from 2020? What?" Not only that, by the way, it's also. So the casting's terrible, apart from Nicholas Briggs, who, as I was doing. The animation's terrible. Just so everything fits in. The soundscape is terrible. The music is very turgid, doesn't bring you in. The levels are bad. It just nothing about this is worth your time. It's free and they're overcharging for it. It's free and overcharging. What's also free? Joining my freaking mailing list. Join my mailing list and it's good stuff. Good stuff there. I guarantee you, I will do my best to entertain you because the BBC with this nonsense clearly couldn't give a damn. And I do. I do give a damn and they don't. My name is Dillon and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos